Hello and welcome to another video. I've got 3 products to look at this week. A little bit random, it's just what turned up this week, so we'll have a look at those. The first product we're looking at is, I've got this for the drone, so I can put a little label on top of the drone. It'll do for labelling other things as well. It's a couple of quid. It's normally about £20 for the bloody big gun to get it locally, a Dymo or something like that. So I thought, well, for a couple of quid, I'll give this a try. Okay, we've got the label maker. A not battered box at all there, to be fair. That's pretty good, and then that's very well packed. Very pleased with that. Get rid of that. Okay, embossing label maker, the CIDY. I'm hoping this is going to save me a lot of money. It doesn't feel as cheap as I thought it might. Okay, I'll get it loaded up and we'll give it a try. Okay, so to set it up, goes in that orientation and plastic bit there. Hook that on. Ooh. Easier said than done. There we go, that's hooked on. I think I'm doing this right. And then feed it through. There we go, it's got a grip. Okay, so that's coming through. So you half press it just to move it along, and it's doing those. Okay, so let's try something. Doesn't seem to be feeding it on that. Right, so you have to half press it after you've done the first one. Oh no, it is, it's feeding on. Okay, so we'll try again. Oh. Didn't go too well at the end there, but I think you can see what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you have to be careful that every time you do it, it moves on. It's a little bit flimsy, but it's enough to do the job, and then you'd have to cut it off with scissors. I've got one of those automatic cutting things. It's not brilliant, but it's not bad. You just have to be a bit careful with it, but it saves you a bit of money on, you know, than those Dymo ones, like bloody 20-30 quid or whatever. Yeah, it's all right. It's worth the money. Let's put it that way. It came out a little bit better that time, but you've really got to watch each time that it does progress on properly, because between the S and the U in subscribe, which hopefully that the thing's lit up below the video when I say that, or if I say like, that should light up, the thumbs up button thing. Yeah, but it's all right. It's listen, if you're on a budget like me, it'll do. You might have to redo it, but it's cheap. This is the second product we're looking at today. I use these as lighting around the house at night time, so that when you get up and you go to the toilet, you turn the big light on. I won't do the Peter Kay joke. A big light. I did it. I lied. Anyway, rather than turn on a big light that your eyes aren't focused for and everything, we actually have a couple of these lying about the house at the moment. Different brand. These were some I got off eBay years ago, about 10 years ago. And the battery now doesn't last, so I've decided it's time to replace them. So I've got these. They're a lot longer than the ones I used last time. Those are the 10 centimetre ones there, but the ones I've got are 50 centimetre. So let's have a look at these and see if they're any good. Right, well, I've ripped the packaging open already, but that's how they come, in a big plastic bag. And then this is the lights. So they come in a not too battered box. This one's already open. Oh, they're kind of stuck together as well in twos. Well, that one is. Right, we'll open this one here. I'm beginning to wonder whether I got ones that were slightly too big. Okay. So you've got two small steel plates, very much like the ones you got with the Ulanzi lights, and then two magnetic pads, and those stick to it. So you would stick those, peel the white stuff off and stick those on the back as you want them, and an absolutely tiny USB-C cable, which is fine for these, because the idea is, with them being on magnets, you take them off and bring them down to where you want to use them. The structure is all plastic. They appear to have some kind of film over them. Yes, oops. Yes, it does. It has a plastic film on them. Nice peel. Oh, should have done peel music. Never mind. So that's presumably just to protect them in the manufacturing process. Okay, they're very lightweight. It's all plastic. Does look quite metallic, that, but it is all plastic. Feels quite solidly put together. A little bit of a clip thing there. You could maybe take it apart with, if you so desire. And the motion sensor there, presumably a light sensor as well. USB type C. Okay. Alright, and there's a button on the end here. Okay. So we press it once. Now that looks quite blue on the camera, but it's white to my eyes. It's a cold white. I don't know why my camera's doing this lately. Let me try and reset it. No, tried to reset the camera. It doesn't seem to make any difference. Well, imagine that you're seeing white light there. Press it again. Slightly duller. I don't know what that's doing. Oh, right, okay. So does it go duller each time you press it? No, these are different modes, so it's flashing 3 times. Okay, let's see what that means then. Okay, reading the instructions there, not very clear, but apparently if you first press, it's saying warm lights and cold light and all this lot. I've only got the single colour one though. It's only the cold white one. But if I press it for 2 seconds now, oh right. So you can change the brightness level and then on the second one, bring it all the way back up again. Right, so it's the same circuitry in every light, but the fact that these are just cold white ones, which is all I wanted. I don't want warm white. These are to light up the hallway in the night time. So let's try, see how long it lasts. It will go off after 16 seconds, I think it says. So I shall now stay still. I'm clearly not staying still enough, so let me leave the room. No. Okay, well, we'll try it on a different mode then. Maybe that's permanently on. Maybe that's what all that weird language means. New mode, we'll try that. And that went off, and then as I come near to it, there is a lot of light in here. No. I'll just walk into a dark room with it and see if it comes back on. Yes. So the studio lights are just too bright. So it's got the permanently on mode, or come on when it detects movement. It says it detects body temperature and will only come on when it's dark. So that's good. Operates exactly as I'd expect. See if I can work out what all the different modes do. Okay, I've read the instructions. I've kind of translated it in my head. So the first mode, put it on, that is just on. And then second mode is, it'll come on when it detects movement, but only when it's dark. And then the third mode, that will always come on whether it's light or dark as soon as it detects movement. So that's good, I'm happy with that. And then off. And the third item, you know me, another torch. I like this one because it's got a zoomable lens, so it says it's waterproof as well. We'll test it all and test the capacity of it and stuff like that. The battery that you get in it, not that big a deal if it's not a good one, because you can, you know, put any 18650 battery in it. I'm assuming that's an 18650. So let's have a look at this. Well, it comes in the usual battered box. It's got the usual pathetically short. These are the ones that annoy me. These really, really short ones. But it's enough, I suppose. I mean, I'd never use these. I'll be doing a video in a few weeks about USB cables. Okay, so you've got a rubber cover over the charging port. Now, I wouldn't say that goes in. No, it's okay. Is it waterproof though? I don't know. Okay, that's the focusing lens. Okay, so metal body, seems okay. Decent build quality. Let's turn it on. Okay, that is quite decently bright. Duller mode, the flashing mode, and then off. And if I hold it, oh, SOS. Oh, we've got the SOS mode back. Does it do it in the duller mode? No, it reverts back to the bright mode. Okay, so you can signal SOS to somebody. All right, okay. So this is the zoom lens. and this end bit is turning. Alright, that just comes off. Okay, buggered that up. There's no rubber seal in that, so I don't think this is as waterproof as I'd like it to be, but it'll certainly be rainproof. It'll be good enough to be rainproof, although down there maybe, yeah, a bit dodgy. But it's a good enough torch in terms of light. I'll take it out into the garden, we'll test it there. And the battery, we have an O-ring on there. There's no O-rings. Oh yes, there is. There's an O-ring there. And the old blue battery, 2,600 milliamps. We'll test that. I doubt that, just because they never tell the truth in these things. But it might be. You never know. You never know. We'll test it. Okay, first of all, we'll take it out in the garden then and test it there. I've been waiting all night for it to stop raining, but it's just got worse and worse. We'll do the torch test out here. I'm going to test it against the war sun, so you've got something to compare it to. I'll link that video in a card up there or there somewhere. Okay. So we'll turn off the fill light, and on it goes. See the green light there? Okay, that's really bright actually, that's quite good. And we'll take the zoom. That's quite impressive. I hope the sound's alright because I'm not using my external microphone. Okay, and then we've got the duller setting and the flashing, and we'll just compare that to the really bright cob light on the war sun torch. Well, that's the front torch, which wasn't that bright. Oh. And that's the cob torch. So that, and then that. It's a whiter light, isn't it? Kind of takes the colour out of everything. Right, there you go. I'm getting back in now, it's raining. Okay, I'm having a little bit of a thought on this thing. I'm wondering if this cartridge holding this, it seems to be very tight. And I'm wondering if it's stopping the feeding going through. So, I'm going to remove a load of tape from the cartridge and just try. Yes, I mean, I forgot my R, or it just moved, I don't know. There seems to be a very strange gap there, but I forgot where I was up to be honest. But yeah, so this cartridge is actually restricting the feed, and that's what the problem was. So it is quite good. You just don't use it the way they say. Just take it off the reel and use it loose or whatever. That's brilliant. I'm really happy with that. Now the torch is, I've run it flat. As you can see, the red light's flashing there. It did actually go off. I've just turned it on. It'll run for a minute or so with that, but it's as flat as I can get it. Oh, there it goes. It's gone off. So I'm going to charge that now and see how much power goes into it. I've got to say, to run it down, I turned it on last night and let it run down, as you know, like, until it turned itself off, and it was on for hours. I fell asleep and it was still on, so you're certainly getting a lot of life out of it. But I'll charge it now and we'll see how much power goes into that. If we get around about, I don't know, 2000 milliamp hours going in, then it is a 2600 milliamp hour. But let's see how it goes. So we'll charge it. We'll use the charging port. Takes a bit of a clip. Okay, the red light comes on to say it's charging. And we're taking floating around 5 volts, 0.81 amps. We'll let that charge and we'll see what the final result is. Okay, then to sum up, the label embosser, actually really good. If you take this cartridge off the side and just let it freewheel in, it's catching. Badly made, the cartridge, so take that off, let it freely go into it, or just unravel it a load. I just unraveled it, pulled it off, unraveled it, and in it went. Try not to have the lights on it too much. That came out all right, didn't it? I don't know if you're picking up a hint in this video, but I am trying to send over a subliminal message to you. The torch, it's still charging. It's currently on 1600 milliamps. By the time that's finished, I'll be editing this video and I'll take a photograph and just put on the screen now, well, you can see it now, what the final charge was. It's looking good for at least 2000 milliamps at the moment, so if it gets anywhere up near 2000 milliamps, then I'd say it is a 2700 milliamp battery. So it's looking good. I tell you what, that torch is worth it just for that battery, but it's a good torch as well, so I'm happy with that. And the fluorescent strip lights, now I've not checked the capacity on them, basically because I've just run out of time. I need to get this video up. It's already up late, sorry about that. I'm still recording this as it's supposed to already be live. So I've not tested the capacity of that. I don't expect a great capacity. It's really, really light, but it's rechargeable. It's on the magnetic stuff, so it just pulls off. It's going to do for my needs. Maybe I'll put in the comments down below, a pinned comment at a later date, what the actual capacity was. So yeah, I can recommend all three. Initially, I was not impressed with this, but once I'd sorted out taking the cartridge off, it works perfect. I've now got my drone labelled up, that's done, and it looks great. So really, I can't show it you because I don't want the police to know what my drone number is. Don't care about you knowing.